Up to a certain point, once you have built enough progress towards mastering yourself, adding more good habits with higher intensity isn't going to give you the same rate of progress as it did when you first started. It's now about removing the 20% of the things that you are doing that is causing most of your problems. And if we zoom in deeper, those 20% of the things you do are usually the things that overstimulate you the most. I'm talking pornography, doom scrolling, probably gooning as well. And if we just analyze it even deeper, it all stems from your phone. Once we have been on self improvement for long enough, we realize that mom was right. It is that damn phone that is causing us to always be tired, unmotivated, and just lacking that will to do something with our lives. I'm telling you, one of the big reasons that being glued to your phone makes you feel like shit is because you know subconsciously that you are wasting time and you are choosing to continue to waste time. Now, I am from a Asian family, so let me do some big brain math to show you how much time I have wasted on my phone. On average, I spend 5 hours on my phone. And for some of you, 5 hours is rookie numbers. So, okay, within that 5 hours, 20% of that screen time is probably me on YouTube or Spotify listening to self improvement videos whilst I'm driving or eating. So, taking 20% out of the total screen time, this time spent wasted on my phone is 4 hours in one day. Times that by 30 days equals to 120 hours being wasted per month. And to give you a better idea, I spend 3 hours to record, film, and edit my videos before I post. So let's say I didn't spend 4 hours wasted on my phone and put the extra 120 hours per month that I have all into making self improvement videos for this channel. I would be able to produce 40 more videos in 1 month. Now I understand this is only a calculation of if we were to be 100% perfect, which in reality it's never the case. Sometimes I don't want to spend all the extra time I have on self improvement, and so the numbers might vary a little. But I think it gives you a much better insight on how much valuable time is and why it's not the brightest idea to waste it on overstimulating your brain with Instagram or TikTok. So here is what I did to reduce my screen time spent on useless things on my phone that contribute nothing towards my goals to just 30 minutes a day. And I am still pushing to reduce this time even further. So first of all, I accepted the fact that nowadays the phone is just part of us. We need our phones to communicate with each other and to do certain important things. So the advice that I hear a lot, which is to stay away from your phone as much as possible, to throw it in the other room whilst you are working, to turn off all sounds, and to an extreme extent, close the phone completely. Which I did all of that before in an attempt to lower my distractions and screen time. But eventually, it became a problem more than a solution. Because sometimes I just need to use my phone to answer calls, make payments, check for important notifications. So having to turn shit on and off all the time is just not practical. And I think that's the case for many people. Certain things, when taken to extremes, are good for your progress. But with the phone, let's be honest, it's not. So don't take the advice that you have to completely detach from your phone on an extreme level. Adapt it to your life. For example, I turn my notifications off for social media, but not for my messenger apps. And to avoid my messenger apps disturbing me, I made sure that only the people that send me important messages are being notified. I would turn off all my sounds, but leave the vibrations on. Make it so that your phone gives you the least distraction without sacrificing the important features of it. by just blindly following the advices of fully ejecting yourself from the phone. The only time that you should stay away from your phone as much as possible is only when you're 2 hours before your bedtime. That's it. Secondly, turn your phone into a Nokia. For those who don't know, Nokia is like the old phone that your dad probably uses when he was your age. And it doesn't have the touch screen, only the buttons. And there are like only, how much? 11 buttons. So in order to message someone, you had to press the buttons 3 times to get the alphabet that you need. Honestly, it's the most boring phone ever. All it can ever do is call people, message people, and the only interesting thing that it can do is to play Pac-Man. I remember when I was sent to my first summer camp in the mountains around 7 years ago. I didn't have an iPhone. My dad only gave me his Nokia phone. Whilst everyone has their own iPhones, I was the only one stuck with this flip phone. Looking back, if my dad had spoiled me and given me an iPhone with the Instagram and the App Store where I can play any game that I want, my experience in summer camp would be much more worse. Because everyone who had an iPhone at camp, all they did was played on their phones, looking through Instagram, playing games, whatever. I don't think Reels was a thing back then, so there were no doom scrolling at least. But people would still be addicted to their phones. Whereas for me, I'm just there, being present, and actually in the moment enjoying my life. So if you want to reduce your screen time of your iPhone, the best thing to do is make it the most boring iPhone ever. Right now, my phone is black and white. The moment you unlock the phone, there's only 4 apps that you can see: Settings, Camera, Clock, and Messenger. Other apps are just pushed backwards. And my phone background is just a picture of where I am on the world right now. Make your phone as clean and as boring as you can, like a Nokia. When you open your phone the next time, I want you to be so disgusted by how uncreative and lifeless your phone is, to the point where you just choose to close it. When you take the life and color away from your phone, you naturally give the light and color back to the world around you. And before you know it, life ain't that bad. The world that we actually live in may not be as colorful and as saturated as the pictures you see on Instagram and TikTok. And the world has its problems and imperfections, unlike the perfect world you see on Instagram. But we live in the real world, so might as well make it the most beautiful thing there is. That's all from me today. I hope you like this video. A like and subscribe would mean a lot to me. Thanks for your time. See you in the next video.